Hello, entrepreneurship. Yesterday we started talking about entrepreneurial trends and recognizing opportunity, and today I'm going to take an opportunity to try and get you caught up and or up to date in your notes. So if you want to follow along, pause when you need to pause, and play when you need to play. We'll go through these notes today. We will stop before we get to the end because the last slide includes your assessment, but I want to do more explanation on that, and we'll take care of that on Monday. So if we get through this or you get through all these before the end of the hour, then you have a little bit of time to relax, do other work, move about, but try to be respectful, obviously, and we'll see you guys on Monday. So with no further ado, here goes Chapter 3 notes. Yesterday we talked about internet business, and I had you find a business that was unfamiliar. You all have that. If you were gone, talk to your neighbor and they can help you find that. The next piece of information I want you to go look for is the service business. This is a business that provides a service. There's not a tangible thing that goes with it. You need the words not tangible in your notes. And oftentimes you have to go to the place to receive the service. Okay. So I want you to find me an example of a service business out there. Now I'm looking for a website or a link to the business, but that doesn't mean that the service has to be online only. Like for example, mowing yards. Maybe I have a web-based business for mowing yards, but that's just the place where you go to see what I offer, but I actually still come to your house and mow the yard. So haircuts and some other places are like that too. So find me one of those places and then briefly describe it. Like what kind of business is it? And then we'll go to the next one. The next one is home-based businesses. Again, looking for a website and describing it. What could be some home-based businesses that you have seen out there? Maybe some Mary Kay, some Pampered Chef, daycares. There's all kinds. Private contracting. Um, Go see what those home-based businesses are out there, or the mom and pop shops, if you will, that they're run out of people's homes, and see what you can find. And plug that example down in here. All right, to continue this little conversation, the next business we're going to talk about is green businesses. What is unique about these businesses? You tell me. What do you think green means? It's pretty obvious, but I'm going to leave that up to you. Think environmental. All right, that'll be your hint. I do want you to also provide a website like we have been in the past, and then briefly describe what they do as a part of their green business. What makes them a green business? Okay. That's that slide. The next slide you're going to come to is social entrepreneurship. And what is unique about this concept? It has to deal with social, sharing, community. Think of those keywords, and then I'll have you do a little research on social entrepreneurship. Again, you're providing me with another example. There's one that's pretty popular out there. We'll see if you figure out which one it is. Some surfers use this to describe the waves that they surf, but I'm going to leave that up to you. Um, so please include some information about a social entrepreneurship opportunity or trend. And then the next one, this one's kind of a broader topic. It says a focus on technology. So which entrepreneurs out there or companies out there are focusing strictly on technology? Give me one of those tech companies out there. But I'd like you to see if you could find one that's not common. The easy standard answer would be, okay, Google or Microsoft. But find me one that's not as common, that's kind of hidden behind the scenes, okay? But tech companies are big. After that, outsourcing. This was a concept some of you mentioned that you may not understand or not realize. So I'm going to give you a little bit more information. What is unique about this concept? Basically, when you outsource, you are hiring other businesses to do some of the work for your business. So can you find some businesses out there that provide those resources or are the actual outsourcers? See if you can find one of those businesses that help other businesses, and that's their whole business model. Okay. Um, the next slide, number 9, talks about strategic alliance. This is when two companies come together to work and sell a product or maybe a number of products, and they ally strategically to make their product more, what maybe seem more valuable or appear more useful. We talked about utility in the last chapter, and companies will do this. One of the things I would give you as just a general example, and it's going to take it away, so you can't put it in here. You have to find your own. Is the Super Bowl, the NFL combines with all those people who want to sell commercials and or buy commercials and sell their products during the Super Bowl. That's a strategic alliance between those companies that want to put a commercial out there in the NFL. So what other strategic alliances are you aware of that maybe exist in our world? And see if you can find an example of that online. Okay. The next slide talks about corporate venture, and this was another trend that some of you didn't understand or were unsure about. A corporate venture is a business started by a corporation, but it's kind of within it. I think I talked about this earlier. There's a thing called intrapreneurship. It might have been in personal finance that I talked about it actually. So intrapreneurship means the corporate or corporation is going to help some entrepreneur within their own business build another business with inside of it and then try to grow it from there. So corporate ventures really try to seek out and build businesses from within their own company. Good luck finding a couple examples of this. I would recommend you look at things like Pepsi. See who Pepsi works with. Now, this could be seen as a strategic alliance as well in some cases, but there is some corporate venture instances with the company Pepsi. So that's just a hint. Now, I'll actually let you use Pepsi if you can find the things relative to Pepsi. Okay? Other than that, the next thing is going to get you more information, just specific information. So this is just an informational slide, and it's going to tell you what a niche is. It's also going to talk about being creative and making a connection, discovery, invention, application. So what I want you to do here in learning to recognize opportunity, I want to see if you can come up with one. So a niche is like a unique thing. It's how you differentiate, and we saw that in the video the other day. That guy was not differentiating his camera product. So how can you differentiate the next thing that I'm about to give you? So the next thing, this is your ability. We're going to see how well you can recognize an opportunity. Most of you have played the game Uno. At least if you haven't, go look it up and check it out. But if you haven't, talk to your neighbor too. And then I want you to see if you can generate 2 new ideas on the next 2 slides that can improve this product or make it better than it already exists. Because a lot of card games especially, or board games, are reinventions of what things that already exist. In this particular instance, you have colors, you have numbers, you end up with some wild cards, some switches, and maybe some no pass or no skip a turn. So what can you do to make this game even a little bit more different? Okay, there's already some models out there. You cannot use other versions of Uno that already exist as your own. You have to come up with your own version. All right, and that's the assignment you have. When you finish in the next 2 slides describing your 2 new versions of Uno, you can stop there. All right, there is a slide number 15. It says develop your own idea. I want to save that for Monday so I can get clarification or give clarification and give you anything else you might need for that particular thing. And then also we have assessment 3 in the bottom. You can take a look at those, but I'm not expecting anything until after we see each other on Monday. Okay, so if you can get to slide 14 and finish that, that's great. If you get done early and you want to check out a Shark Tank episode or maybe look up entrepreneur.com and go watch some more of those elevator pitches, feel free to do so. Okay. Other than that, thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day.